How's it going, roadies? This is Adriana from Roadie Free Radio. In this episode, Larry talks to Charles Twilling, who is an industry veteran known for tour managing, production managing, stage managing, systems tech, venue owner, you name it. He has worked with industry A-listers such as the Teskey Brothers, JOHNMAYER, Beats Antique, and so many more. Charles is all about putting on a show in which he abides by the punk rock ethic, 3 chords and an FU. If you want to hear more about Charles, make sure to check out the full episode, number 119 from January 21st, 2019. Thank you for listening, and thank you for subbing. Here are Larry and Charles.
Growing up, I had parents who, I love my parents to death. They're amazing. And they were very into music and culture and arts and stuff like that. So they always supported that. I was a 15-year-old kid and I got tickets to go see Pink Floyd, and my mom drove me across town, dropped me off there. I had payphone, called her up after the show, and she would do this all the time. There's awesome. hundreds of shows that, growing up in those years that I went by myself. My parents would drop me off, or my parents would go to shows too. Yeah. And moving forward, when I started owning venues and stuff, one of the major ones and nice ones was this 150 capacity all ages venue. And one of my rules was parents are free. Wow. I encourage parents to come out with their kids to shows. We would get calls to the venue. It was like a coffee shop during the day in this 140 capacity room that was doing Deftones, PJ Harvey, Modest Mouse, these crazy acts in this small venue. And they would go, how safe is this? And I would tell them, I said, I'm a parent too. Come out. Parents are free. Every one of my shows. If you're coming with your kids, the ticket is for the kids. You guys are free. Hang with your kids. See what your kids are doing.
That's so awesome. What was the venue?
It's called the Capitol Garage out of Sacramento.
Okay. And what years was that?
This was 80, let's see, where are we at here? No, 98 to 2007, I think. I can't remember. Somewhere around there.
And you had been on the road prior to that?
On the road a little bit, off and on. It just, just from traveling. Most of the time I never did really long tours. I never had to do long tours. Okay. Just working in different cities. I lived in Philadelphia and back down in Southern California where I was born, and just doing shows out there and stuff. And then I just had an opportunity to go in on this place. And I was like, I'll go in and try it out. And
did you like it?
I absolutely, I loved it. I was thinking about, I don't go back and think about shows that often. It's like, I'm always thinking about the next show. Right. What can I do about the next show? And didn't go back and think about, last night I found myself lying in bed, thinking about this interview and going back on some of those dates and going back to like the Capitol Garage days and stuff like that, and thinking about different tours and stuff. And Capitol Garage will always have a huge part in my heart. And I still get people to this day who email and go, oh my God, I love this. Because there was no green room. There was a very tiny stage that had tables during the day, and we take them down and we put it up. But there's literally 140 capacity right across the street from the state capitol. And, the Deftones won a Grammy. I get a call and say, hey, let's announce a show and do a show. And all of a sudden, 20,000 people show up. We have police around and stuff, and they're doing a free show. Or Cake would get ready to go out on tours, and this 140 all ages venue that didn't have had beer and wine, but no hard alcohol, and food. Maroon 5, us trying to load pianos in there. JOHNMAYER, which the recordings are still out there of this. I recorded JOHNMAYER in there. PJ Harvey, Glenn Phillips. I mean, you name it. The Shins. I did everybody in this. It started out as, and I was thinking about this. It started out as like, it's like kind of like a singer-songwriter coffee shop. I was like, no, screw it. Let me make some calls and let me see who I can. And then I don't know where it started. I think it's kind of like, I was kind of thinking of it like, the grunge scene or the summer of '69. You really don't know. I mean, if you go back, you can think, okay, when did this start? You can kind of pinpoint it down, and when did it end? It was a scene.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, nobody was booked in there. And next thing I know, I'm booked a year out, and I have some of the largest amazing bands, and a lot of it was punk bands too. I'm very into the punk scene. I love the punk mentality of the punker, the punk work ethic.
Yep.
There's a guy, Chris Sharuki, who had just passed away. Chris, amazing friend of mine, and that was our thing. It was always like, this person doesn't have a punk rock ethic. Fuck that guy. Fuck. If you don't have the punk rock ethic, then I don't care what kind of, if you're doing punk, hip hop, the Grateful Dead, Sharuki was with the Grateful Dead for many, many years. That punk rock ethic, though, of like, you get in, this is hands-on everything. If something's not right, you get in there with your hands and you do the job, and you make the show happen.
Yeah. Is there anything else you can add to the punk rock ethic ethos beside getting in there and making it happen? Fill it out for me.
Punk rock, basically, 3 chords and a fuck you. That was punk rock. But it was always, and I do this to the day, even to this day. It's no matter everybody is the team. Whether it's the person who is, taking tickets at the door, the sound person, or the stagehand who's helping load in and load out. I give the same amount of respect to them that I do to my artists, and to the fans. Everybody, that punk rock feel is the same with the San Francisco vibe that I grew up with. This is a community, and every person who walks in through that door, and every person involved, whether it's fans or anybody, is contributing to making that show success and fun for everybody and memorable.
Hey, what's happening, roadies? It's Larry here. Just wanted to thank you so much for listening to this short clip. I really hope you got something out of it. If you can take 2 seconds to head over to iTunes and drop us a review or a comment, we would greatly, greatly appreciate it. Keep listening, keep coming back, stay healthy out there, and remember, no roadies, no rock and roll.